Hi everybody, welcome back. Sorry, it's a little cold out. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. There we go. It's a little cold this morning. Let me set up the 4K live. It is cold, and there's no two ways about it. Fucking what? Come on. Oopsies, that's a big picture. Try again. Hi, Star. How are you? I'm creating my 4K live right now. There we go. There we go. All right, 4K live is on for now. Cool. So, well, today I'm going to be working on this tractor again. It is really cold today. So, it's been cold all week. So, I'm trying to, save myself as best I can. It's cold. I got my little ceramic heater running, so I'll be okay for now. I'm going to make a steering system. I've already got a bracket on the tractor, and what I got to do now is I got to actually make the steering system itself. So I have a pitman arm underneath the tractor from the steering. I have a bar that comes out, and that bar is going to connect to another arm that actuates, and I'm going to be able to steer the wheels. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing and how to make that. First things first, my 7018 rod's right here. Let's move the camera. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I do have a 4K live going, horizontal position on my main channel. If you want to watch it there, it's up to you. I'm going to keep the reel live or whatever you want to call it up as well. I forgot my belt. Anyways. All right. Put this aside. Put this aside. All right. So I have a piece of plate here that I'm going to use. The best thing that I can do is I have, where is my measurement device? There it is. I have arms on the tractor, and I'm just going to measure the arms on the tractor and just copy the sizes. I could sit here and do math all day, but I'm not. So I have from center 3 3/4 inches. And then here we have 3.5. We'll call it 3.5 and 4 just to make my life easy. So this piece of plate, that doesn't make it too bad. All right, so I'm gonna make a couple arms for it. I've got more parts. I've also got my bearing here and a piece of 1/2 inch solid bar. This bearing has a knuckle in here, just to make sure it's well seated. But I'm going to cut a piece of bar, slip this in there. I don't want to get that stuck. Slip it in there, it's going to hold it in, and I'll be able to turn it like a regular sealing shaft. It'll make more sense when you see it. Good thing you guys, some of you have to subscribe, because you'll be able to see it as I go. I probably won't get it all done today, but I'll get it started. So, I'm going to save this. First things first, I'm going to cut the size bar that I need. I'm not even going to measure, I'm just going to see how big it needs to be. And, well, I will go by eye. I don't know, something like that. Yeah. Oh, that'll work. Right. Yeah, that'll be good. Over here. There you go. Piece of bar. That should be all I need for that. All right. So about how much? 1.5 inches. Okay, so I'll come over here. Four inches. Draw my square out here. Orange there. And then how big was this? 3.5. That was 3.5. I see my problem. Shit. I need 3.5 inches each way. Oh, I have more of this somewhere. I have a big old piece. Let's put it back with my other plate. Back here. Yep. There we go. So. Let me cut this first. Part of the arm. Well, I couldn't tell you were from Ireland. My gosh. Not doing too bad over here. Alright, so that's one of the arms. This arm is going to go on the bar. My pitman arm is going to be attached to that. The other ones here will actually be, yeah, it'll be up top like that. And then as the pitman arm goes out, it'll turn. Turn this, turn the tie rods, and good to go. I just need to make the tie rods. So, now, those are 3.5, so I need to go 7 inches. Which, my saw does not go up to 7 inches, but it should be okay. Right there. Ish. And 1.5 inches wide. Okay. Yeah, like that. And then in the center, it's going to come in the center. What? Quarters. So then we'll go in and go. I don't know. Like that. Bam. I think that'll work out beautifully. Hopefully. Well, actually, I don't need it to be that big, do I? I don't need it to be that big. Let's come back over here. I really don't need it to be that big at all. I can make it as big as I want. That thing's 4 inches. It's not gonna make a difference how big this is. So that means I'll make this 4 inches. Yeah. The hell is it? Shouldn't matter. Shouldn't much matter. Now let's cut that piece. All right, 2 pieces 4 inches long, 1.5 inches. Those are my cutting arms. And I'll show you how this is going to work. Good morning, Eric. You got one arm on the bottom. Okay, one arm on the bottom, one arm on the top. Pivot arms or the steering is attached to this. It'll spin this so I can turn the tie rods. Look at that. Now, I need to drill 2 half-inch holes. That way it's easier to weld, and that way the welds are not up against that. I gotta come over to my drill press. I've also got to move the camera. Whole stand and shit. Bear with me here. Yes, my space is a little bit on the small side. I'm gonna do what I got for now. So that's good enough for now. Now, I've still got my pipe notcher on here. I'm going to leave that on here. Leave the pipe notcher on here. I need to drill a 1/2 inch hole. One where I can pick it. That one can be right there somewhere. This one needs to be in the center, like right in the center. that general vicinity right there. All right. And of course, I need my 1/2-inch drill bit that has been freshly sharpened. Hopefully it's sharp. Hi, welcome back. No big deal. That there for now. Ow. Get in there. I need to leave my pipe notcher on there because I'm going to need that here in a minute. Well, in a couple days. Okay. Get out of the way. Snake. This one first. Holy crap, this should not take this much pressure. That should not take that much to drill. They are fresh drill bits, freshly sharpened. That pisses me off right there. Let's drill pilot hole in. Let me use a bigger bit just for the fun of it. 9/16. Oh, that's 1/2 inch. See if that one's any better. Guys, if you want to get on 4K live again, you'll probably be able to see more. It's on my main YouTube channel. And Fab. There you go. That's one. I need to drill this one now. Beautiful. Half-inch hole. Okay. Now, I'm going to have to move you somewhere. Well, actually, should ought to stay right there. Cool. It's cold. All right, so I can take this, and I gotta shape these up. But when after I shape them up, I can take this rod, stick it in there like that, and just weld around the top. That way the weld's not gonna be in the way for me. Weld shouldn't be in the way anyways, but it's easier just to get it out of the way. But yes, I need to shape these real quick. Fix the sides and stuff. So let's go over the bench grinder. Well, actually, how about I just bring the bench grinder to me? The nice thing about putting things on wheels all the time. I like putting everything on wheels. Get this thing on the bench grinder. Bench grinder. Beautiful. All right. Now, I will need to drill holes up here in order to put all the tie rod ends in, but I'm gonna hold off on that because what I don't want to do is drill the wrong size holes and in the wrong location. I'll be able to drill the holes later. So, that's that. Ground on something. That'll work. And then, of course, plug my machine in. Oh, this is not the machine that I want to plug in. Oh, yes, it is. Yeah. All right. Now this is the fun part, tacking this thing up square. I'm gonna tack it up as square as I can. Oh, look at that, that's lovely. Tack this up as square as I can. Take this bar, make 7018 rod. Now I know it's level. I know the bar is level up and down, right? So I should be able to take this bar, get it close. Nothing too crazy. I'm actually going to do it this way. I'm going to tack it in here. Turn the hot star up a little bit. Now I know this is level. That is very much not. Yep. We'll check it. Doesn't need to be, I'm not building a watch, so it doesn't need to be perfect. But I do want it, close. Yeah, that's more than close enough for me. is if this is square here. If this isn't square, then steering may not be as good as I would like it to be. Where's my little angle finder there? A little angle finder. Set it to 90. Oh, yeah, you need some help. This stuff is kind of bendable here, so I'm not going to freak out about it. There you go. That's not too bad. Tack in here. That should hold it. And then what I'll do is I'll get in this little hole, and it's basically a plug weld. Essentially what it is. I'll weld the inside of it. Just got to be careful with doing this with stick welding because you get slag in the middle. As long as you keep that slag in the middle instead of on the outside, you should be all right. Just travel around the outside of that. Simple plug weld. Okay. Then you have no interference on the backside. A little basic trick that I learned a long time ago. Now, before I go any further, I need to put my bearing in here. Now, the other reason why I did it this way is because A, it does minimize the heat a little bit. I don't have to put as much heat on it to weld around it. So, take my bearing. This has a locking nut on it, or a lock stopper, or whatever you want to call it. I'll put this in there. Probably actually put this. Ooh, boy. Actually, what I should do is cut this down. I don't need it as high as I have it. I'm going to cool this down gently. I don't know how I'm going to do it gently. But I'll do it gently. And then I'm going to have to cut that down. I don't like how long it is. I don't need to do that long. Good enough. Oh, I'm just a busy guy. This right there, put the size that I need. Now I'll make it a little bit bigger. There. You make it a little bit bigger because if anything ever happens, I need to be able to cut this off. Turn this around. Actually, I just need to get you out of the way. Yeah, good enough. Go. Beautiful. Okay, this will go from here, like so. Now, follow it down a little bit so it's easier to get on. That ain't fit. Yeah. That, right? Look at that. There. That bearing's on there. This spins freely. Alright. Now comes the fun part. Lining this baby up. Actually, it shouldn't matter too much because I gotta make the oh, that looks pretty good. Good tack in her. That was hot. Right. That there. That needs to come wait. Like that. Come on, bitch. Oh, that rod's cooked. Hey there. That'll work. All right. Blow it around this. Gonna be it. That's gonna be it. Just pull that off before it ruins that bearing. Should be alright. Should be alright. There you go. A couple plug welds there. There's my carrier. So now I have a bracket in there. This will sit in my pitman arm that's underneath the tractor. It has a rod that'll come out, bolt onto this, and then this will be where my tie rods are hooked up, and I'll be able to steer the tractor. Now, the only thing I do need to do is I need to set that carrier. That carrier is going to sit like that. So let me get an Allen key and set this down the way I need it to. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, I may have put that in the wrong direction. Oh, it doesn't really matter. Is it? No, it shouldn't matter. Okay. Set this carrier. Nice little set screw there. Ugh. Nice. That bearing rolls nice and smooth. The carrier's set. That ain't going anywhere. Wait. Yep. Yes, sir. Nicely done. Cool. So now there's a so guys, go over to the 4K live, you'll be able to see this. So now right in here, right underneath the engine here, there's a bracket. Now I'm hoping, with any luck, oh, I see the problem now. Well, I fucked that up. I really fucked that up. That pitman arm's over. Well, I'll put it over there. There's nothing wrong with it. Right? Yeah, why not? I might get away with it. I might get away with it. We'll see. I won't know until I put it together. I just don't have time today. Okay. Yeah, don't have time to put this all together today to see if it'll work, but there you go. Simple parts from Tractor Supply, base metal, and some base metal from wherever you can get it, and make carry bearing. Steering system, almost done. All right, thank you very much for watching. I gotta get going. I got the exhaust coming up. I am gonna have to shelf this project a little bit. As much as my wife wants it to get it done and out of the way, I've got other things that are more pressing. What else do I got? That should be about it. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you later.